Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have some fun. We have a Raspberry Pi 400, there's a picture of it there, that is set up as a web server, and you can see, like, I have these project requirements for neverpie.com that I'm about to feed to Grok. I wrote this up already before I started the video because I didn't want to slow things down, but y'all can see what we're working with here. Raspberry Pi 400 with Raspberry Pi OS, Apache PHP, and I give it some more information, root directory and all that kind of stuff. And basically what I've done here is I've outlined the environment, and I've told it that I wanted to make a demo web page with a dark 90s coder vibe, neon based greens, pinks, blues, high readability. Okay, that's kind of the instructions I gave it. And what I'm asking it to do is to make one web page with a bunch of different content types on that page. And then I wanted to make 10 different CSS files that are different takes on this 90s neon coder aesthetic. And you should be able to switch between the 10 by hitting buttons on the page. And my idea there is I can see an assortment of different takes on that same theme. And then I can pick the one I like and get Grok to go more into that one. Please be sure that each file is presented to me in its own code block. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, also I have, this is a connection to my server through SFTP. I'm using CyberDuck. Yep, CyberDuck down here. And then this is just iTerm2. We have an SSH session going from our Mac here to our Raspberry Pi 400. The Pi 400, by the way, just has... it's just command line based Linux. I did have the desktop on it. I removed it because I never plug that thing into a monitor anyway. So I was like, okay, I might as well save the overhead and not run desktop on that. So, yeah, I'm looking, you know what? I'm looking forward to this. I might be asking too much with the 10 copies. Let's see what happens though. I just hope I don't freak this thing out. Complete code. Okay, let's see what happens. Additional CSS files and styling tweaks. No. I want one to demonstrate the styling. No, I want 10 different CSS style sheets. Okay. Okay, here is CSS1. So after it gets done, I'm going to leave it alone. I did tell it to give me touch files for everything. Okay, here we go. Functions.php. I've played around with this a little bit, and I noticed you can start getting a ton of functions, and I like for the functions to be stored in separate files instead of being included like in the CSS or index file, because later on when I go to edit these pages, if I need to give Grok a bunch of pages to look at to give context, if I can not send Grok the functions, that can save a lot of room, and Grok will probably usually be able to figure out how the functions work anyway. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So I want to keep the functions in different files. Create files, a shell script. Oh, look at that. That creates all the files. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Let's see if that works with appropriate permissions on the server. Oh, the problem is, will it need sudo? Okay, I'll ask it. You know what? First, I think I might need sudo for to create those files. Second, I want all 10 CSS files. You're correct. Typically requires sudo privileges. I wish it would have done that from the beginning. See, that's the kind of thing that, yeah, I don't know that much about Linux. I'm not much of a coder. I lean on AI or Grok big time, but there are some things that I kind of pick up along the way. I'm still learning, even though I'm not writing the code. I'm still learning a lot of stuff. All right, let's see. Okay, there's updated file 1, and then these are the other CSS files. Okay, that's okay, and it gives me the names above each one. Okay. All right, I'm going to make sure it's going to be done here in a minute. All right, so first order of business. Let's see. It'll be amazing if this works. All right, so this is that shell script. I'm just, all I have to do with this, I believe, is all I have to do is just paste it here and hit enter. Kind of scary. Files, populate files via F. Okay, I don't see any error messages. Let me refresh here. Okay, and it looks like, yeah, all right. So it looks like all those files got created. So now we just have to populate all of that with code. And that is actually going to be pretty quick. So, but what we're going to have to do, let me go down here and see if it's finished yet. This is going to be the messiest part. Let's see, which one is it on? Why did I go with 10? I could have done 5. Wait. File 9. Oh, CSS 8. All right. File 10, CSS 9. And it should have one more after this. I always do a little too much sometimes, huh? Always sometimes. Let's see, blue, pink. Oh, it's just different color schemes. I'm glad I did this, though, because I really want to get a good look at some different ideas. Because one place I am really horrible is, reading this real quick. Okay, I think we're ready to go here. One thing I'm really horrible at is anything to do with design or color or anything like that. I mean, I'm pretty bad at it. Man, we've got a lot of stuff to do, don't we? Let's see. Okay. Let's do it. Okay, file 1. And I'll show y'all kind of how this janky kind of way I kind of do things. Index.php is the first one. So I just double click on it here. It should open up text edit, I think. Yep, it did. Then I just have to paste. The cool thing here is I have it set to save whenever I close. So I just hit close. Oh man, permission denied. Okay, well that's not good. Well, we're going to have to deal with that though, aren't we? You know what? I'm going to okay, let's hopefully, I think it's done with all the code. Okay. Let's see what happens if I just give it that photo. Usually, I was actually doing, yeah, it read it. I was actually doing some something earlier, and I was just giving Grok like actual photos of a screen, and it was helping me like that. So it does fine with screenshots. Trying to upload, this typically means doesn't have. It's a common issue, which are often owned. Verify. Okay, all right. Sorry, my SFTP user is nevercode. One thing I don't like about Grok conversations, it always just says too much. And then it'll ask you, a lot of times it'll ask you something. And, okay, let's see. Use SSH to, okay, I'm already in there. Check current permissions. Okay. All right. Output, add. Okay, you know what? I'll just go ahead and do this. All right. Add that. Verify. I'm just giving. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and. You know what? I'll go ahead and just run all this now. Because I think I may have to log out and in. Although, let me try again here. Okay, no, it took it. Okay, so that worked. So you see, after I closed it, man, that's how this thing always goes. Like I go to do something and then I find 3 other things I have to do. It's almost like playing RuneScape or something. Okay, so yeah, that's how I edit here. I double click on the SFTP program. It opens in text edit. I close text edit. It uploads it to the server. So it's pretty simple. All right. So let me get back up here. I have index dot. This was not supposed to be. This is kind of a shit show. This was not supposed to be. This is supposed to be smooth. But that's okay. We're just going to hang out and get some vibes going. All right. File to header.php. Okay. This is simple. Okay. Header is up. Footer PHP. Copy footer. And this is where I feel like such a hacker getting Grok to do all those touch files, because without the touch files, or touching the files into existence. Oh, great. What happened? Okay. Let me go back. Let me go back and talk to Grok some more. That's how this goes. Oh. Crap. You know what? I'm going to start a new... I don't know. I was going to start a new session. I hate asking Grok all these different questions all in the same conversation, because you only have so much you can fit into the context, and we've already got a lot of files going here. I don't know. I was able to get index.php uploaded, but then it hung on this one. It's probably because it didn't get that. Well, no, it's all in the same directory. To write, permissions might not be inconsistent. File already exists. Was created by the script. Oh, okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go through this whole thing again. This time, though, I'm going to capture... Oh. Command... Oh, wait, what did I do? Oh. It's showing what it should show. Alright. This is bad. Alright, what should it show? Okay. DRWXR. It should... I don't think it does show that. check permissions. Let me try again. File not found. Okay, so I got to go back up. Update. Okay, I'm just going to run these commands. And I'll give it this output here. Oops. Let me see what it says about that. This is how I kind of do it, though. Has permissions set with ownerships. Has read while others. So we added. Okay, so we should be good, I think. Permissions are always a pain, as far as I've seen. What were you trying to... Okay, we're trying to do CSS1. Was not expecting this to go this long. But, you know what? I've also learned that when it comes to doing this stuff, I enjoy it. And I get like a lot of satisfaction out of it. So I don't mind spending the time to do this. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, good. All right, good. All right, we got that one. So now we just need to go CSS2. We're not far from seeing a website, I don't think. Okay, then we need CSS3. I'm excited because I want to see what Grok came up with. And I'm not expecting it to be 100% ready to go. I'm expecting to pick one and then take that plus the demo page and stuff, give that back to a new instance of Grok, CSS5, and then we can go in and say, okay, that looks a little too big. I don't like the color on this thing. I can't read this text very well. Then we'll go in and like really get it to refine the design. But man, this seems like very labor intensive. I should probably be using like visual. Is there a way to like, there's got to be a way to automate this part. But I don't know. It won't take like this thing that we're doing here is a lot. But most times whenever I make these kind of videos, we're only going to be working with a couple of files at a time. So the setup on this first video is going to be kind of a pain. And keep in mind, I've already spent quite a few hours just getting the web server configured. So, okay. We got all the CSS files. Oh, you know what we don't have? We don't... Did they give me... Okay, I don't think I have functions. Okay, let me ask it. Just to be sure I don't have code for functions.php, contact.php, and about.php yet. Correct. I don't want it. Just checking to make sure. I got it to hallucinate already. Oops, that happens sometimes. Yep. There's a really good chance I'll never get this conversation back either. It's just got so much in it now. But that's okay. I think we have what we want. Okay, this is neverpie.com here. Let's reload. Look at that. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. look at this. This is cool. Okay, this is a code block example. All right, and I did tell it to make the code block to where the code block could scroll, and it did that. Ordered list, unordered list, a quote, pop-up demo. Okay, I told it to give me a demo of like a pop-up view window. Neon pop-up. I like it. Okay, I like this one. Okay, now here's our drop down where I said we could choose our theme. Okay, what do y'all like? Ooh. It's just different colors, huh? I don't know. I don't like everything about it. Ooh, that's a little too intense. Let me go look at one again. What do y'all think about that? I kind of like that. I kind of like it. Now, what I don't like about this, I don't love the color right here. I do like the lines. I like the greens and the pinks and stuff. I do like this thin border we have. What I don't love this font too much, or that text color. And I think I would like to see if we could make this border right here glow a little bit. So I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to work with CSS1. So here, this is my plan here. I'm going to go into text edit. Oh, it's doing that. Tell you what, I'm going to go into text edit. I'm going to copy CSS1. And then I'm going to copy, whoops. Tell you what, I'll copy the contents of this file. And this will give us a place to start from. Okay, I'm going to copy the contents of that file and then CSS, index. I'm going to do a brand new convo with Grok. What is that? Wait on, I forget what I gave it. All right, let me start over. Because I got it. The one thing about doing text edit the way I've been doing it is that you got to be careful not to like edit the text unintentionally. So, all right. So anyway, I'm going to copy all this. I'm going to paste that to Grok. And then I'm going to copy index. And I'm going to paste all this to Grok. Okay. And then I can just tell it I only want to work with CSS1. Okay. Don't worry about the other CSS files. We are just going to work with CS1, which I have included. I want to make the background behind the logo a very dark green. Please change the, what? I gotta stop saying please. Change the color of the normal text to be slightly yellow. I'm thinking that might make it a little more visible in those dark boxes, dark text boxes. We'll see. We'll see how I like it. Also, make the borders of the table make all borders have a nice glow effect. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, I guess it's just going to change the style sheet, right? Let me see. I guess I can open this up and take a look. That's all my text there. Okay, yeah, it's just working on the the style sheet. I could show it in line. Is it done? That's weird. If it's not saying anything else. Usually it'll say some other stuff. I think it might be done though. Okay, let me copy it. What is the last thing in this file? Yeah, button hover. Okay. All right, so we should be able to see this new setting now when I hit refresh. Okay, yeah, and could y'all see that glow? You can actually see no glow, and then that's the glow. I like that. Okay, I like that little bit of glow. How does that look? That looks like, ugh, I hate that. Okay, I want to make the background behind the logo image dark navy blue instead. Okay, I'm just going to make a list there. What else do we want to do here? The links under the logo image are hard to read. Please make bold, big, or change color. All right, what else can we do? Okay. That is interesting the way it put this robot over both of these. This image demonstrates text wrapping. That image does not demonstrate text wrapping at all. Okay, we're gonna have to work on that later. That's probably something we're gonna have to figure out. Okay, it does have the copy button. Does it work? It says copied. Oh wait, I better not do it there. Look at that. It did. It copied all that. Okay. So it actually made that work too. Okay, let's look at this other stuff. All right. What do y'all think about the color in these code? Okay. I want to make that darker. The background in the tables is kind of grayish. Please make that a darker color, closer to black. The actual background, the actual background I would like to be a very, very dark green with a graph paper type page background. I would like to be a very, very dark with graph paper type pattern on it. Use thin yellow lines. All right, let's see what it does with that. It's just going to write the code. This is awesome. Okay. And context is always the thing I'm fighting with Grok, especially whenever you're dealing with like a lot of files. So any time I can think of ideas to make context easier for me to apply or to let Grok know, I do it. Okay, so what did we say? Oh, we changed this background. We changed this background. We changed these backgrounds. We changed this text color. We changed these links to show up better. What else did we do? I think that's it for now. Let me just hit reload. Okay, yeah. All right, it's got it. That's what I was going for right here. Now this text is harder to read. I dig it though. I dig it. I think the color's just off. Let me tell it that. Can we make the new background looks good? Can we make it even darker? Close to black, but not quite. I didn't even pay attention to the other stuff. Okay, these I can read better. I do want them to probably glow a little bit. I do want this site to look a little garish. Okay, we've got something we can work with here, at least. How are we doing? Oh, we've got our thing already. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, yeah, that's better because I can actually read this text fine. That's not going to come up that often because usually, oh, and I do like this text I can read better too because it made it slightly yellow and that works. That pops. And I do like how I asked it to have these tables separating the little sections. I like this application of it. This is, I think we have a little ways to go here. I'm actually pretty happy with this code block example. Like if we have code examples, this is where it'll live. And people can scroll through, or if they want to grab a copy, they hit here and it'll put it on their clipboard. I like that. Quote. Who did it? Anonymous coder. In the glow of neon, we code the future. Anonymous coder. I think Grok made that up. Let's take a look at our pop-up. Okay. I like this. I'm kind of digging this, y'all. What do y'all think about this? This is the CSS that we are going to go with. And in the next one of these, we are going to continue to build this out, and we are going to come back because I do see some minor things. We will come back at a later date to refine some things about this, about the way this looks. Like I can hardly read this. I would really like for this to be attached to there somehow. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I can't read that. Like I said, I like that. I'm trying to think of what things that I would change. I think this needs to glow a little bit to fit in. But yeah, overall, I'm digging this, and I'm pretty pleased with the process. Another thing, I think I need to change this color. This green clashes with, this blue clashes with this green. Also, I might not be happy with the color of these backgrounds on these tables yet too. But we've got a good starting place, and I wanted to share creating a website with you guys. What do y'all think about this design so far? I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.